Hold on, I gotta fix this. I gotta fix this damn camera. Here. No, I reckon I can get it.
Especially since you're going.
Oh yeah, I'm totally going. Okay. All right. We'll let people show up. Hi, Ken. Happy New Year to you, sir. I want to turn my phone down so as not to interrupt anything there. Yeah, so this video is going to be, Chris is here. He's not. Hi, Greg. He's at his, I hesitate to say desk. Neither one of us have desks, as we have tables where we sit. Hi, Steve. How are you? Thanks for joining us, you guys. Hi, Chris. But we're going to let this go for, a drinking station, Ken. We are going to let this go for a few minutes and let people show up in case anybody has any questions they would like to personally ask me about this contest. But I want you to hold your questions for a little while, if you would, please, because let me try and answer them the best I can before we get to in the weeds, too far in the weeds with some of this stuff. So hi, Dan. I give them 2. Yeah. So, all right. So there's 20 people. I don't know. You know what? Not everyone's going to be here for this, so they can watch later. We've given them 1 minute to show up. Plus, people are going to be. They probably have jobs. So, okay. So this video will hopefully address some of the frequently asked and less frequently asked questions that people have about the $400 guitar building contest that Chris and I are putting on for 2023. I can actually say this year now. I was hoping that there wouldn't be a bunch of questions, but there have been, and there continue to be. So what I'm going to do every time I get a question, I'm just going to leave a link to this video. And I'm not going to break down every question that I answer in like a little thing because I don't want to. And I'm not going to individually answer everyone's question if they haven't already entered the contest. That's another thing. I've been getting a lot of questions from people who haven't entered. And I'm like, well, what do you care? You haven't even actually entered yet. So, so let's go through a couple of these real quick. And I've got some specific questions from some specific people. And we're going to start like that. So one question that keeps coming up is, what is the difference between the pro builder category and the regular one? Well, I hesitate to say that there even needs to be a pro builder one. This was originally just going to be Chris and I competing against each other. And then Steve at Maximum Guitar Works said, I want to do it too. So we thought, well, let's have a pro builder category in case some of our buddies who are pro builders want to do this. Now, what makes you a pro builder? What makes you eligible for the pro builder? This is my contest, so it's my rules. And if you don't like it, you can start your own contest. But as of right now, belay that. The pro build, in order to qualify as a pro builder, you must derive your income by building instruments. So I don't care if you say, well, I built a guitar once and sold it. Awesome. In order to compete on the pro builder level, your main source of income has to be from building guitars. Now, the second thing is, why would anybody want to compete in the pro builder part? There's no prize. There's really no benefit. So if you're a pro builder and you don't, but I know some guys who know some guys, and I feel like it would be foolish to, and no one would want to do the regular one if they knew, and I'm just spitballing here. Like, let's just say for the sake of conversation, and he has not signed up yet, but let's say Grover Jackson wanted to enter it. Well, then nobody else would want to do the regular one. You see what I mean? So I decided to add a pro builder category. Okay. So if you are not employed by building musical instruments, then it won't matter to you. Okay. And I got a message from a guy who has not signed up yet, Who Tone Labs, who said, can people scavenge wood, use free parts? Can we buy weird shit off of AliExpress? Regardless, won't be easy to beat Grover Jackson. I said to this person, who I don't know this guy, you can get anything you want, any way you want. However, you must attach a value to it as though you have to build the exact same guitar again. As of right now, Grover Jackson is not doing it. Maybe he will, maybe he won't. Unless you're a pro builder, you will not be competing against people like Mr. Jackson. Then this guy goes up, well, it definitely would be uncool of us to compete in the non-pro division as I worked with Grover Jackson on the blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't fucking know who you are. So yeah, do whatever you want. Then he goes on to say, can we invite Ergon Guitars and Althea? Yeah, I don't know who the fuck those guys are either. Yeah, invite whoever you want. It's not like you need an invitation from me to do this. Okay, cool. So yeah, whatever you want to do, whenever you want to do it. One of you guys who are asking me these rule questions, every time I answer a rule question, it makes it more difficult for you to skirt the rules. And I have a philosophy, and that philosophy is, if you're in it to win it, you should be cheating. Okay. So, there's no rules in a gunfight. There's no rules in a street fight. And as far as I'm concerned, if the rule is you can't spend more than $400, as it says on the website, don't be the Boy Scout with the Playboy magazine who's like, is it okay for me to look at this? No, just fucking do it. Okay. Don't ask me. And you will have, and I won't have to come up with a dumb rule for a dumb question especially from some dumb guy who isn't going to enter this dumb contest. All right. Okay. All right. Question number 2. Do you have to include? Yes. The guitar has to be strong. Okay. You know, I've been thinking about this a lot, and the reason that people get stuck in ruts is because they compete against themselves and nobody else. And if you get to the point where you're as good as you are, you're as good as yourself, you're never going to get any better unless you find someone who's better than you and go to battle with them. I'm not going to say that you're going to win, but you should at least give them hell. Okay. If you compete against people who suck, then, and you go, yay, I win. Well, congratulations. You're better than the guy who sucks. That's not a win-win situation. One, it makes the guy who you trounced feel bad. And 2, you don't get any better. So the whole reason behind this contest, this $400 guitar building contest, is challenge yourself to get better and compete against people who you don't know, who are probably better than you, and give them hell. Bring your A game. The only rule as of a couple of weeks ago was you couldn't spend more than $400, and people started asking me all these questions about the rules. The less questions I answer about rules in my contest, the better. If there's no written down rule on the website that said, one guy was like, can I use my CNC machine? Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you use any? First of all, it doesn't say you can't use any specific tools. Second of all, if that's the way you do it, then why wouldn't you do that? And third, don't ask me, just do it. If it doesn't say you can't do it, then why go and ask me if you can? Okay. All right. So as of right now, I'm going to read you the rules that are on the website. Contestants have a maximum budget of $400 US dollars for all wood, hardware, electronics, finish, etc. Now, this comes up a lot. Well, do I have to give you all the money for the or do I have to account for all the money for like a gallon of it? No. If you're buying finish in pints or 55-gallon drums, only use the money for the guitar that you're making. Okay. Don't ask me how much that is. Figure something out and put it on there. Okay. Just like if you say, well, I bought 1,000 board feet of 5A quilt maple. Do I have to? No, you don't. Just use whatever you use for the guitar that you're making, whether it's wood or pickup winding or pickup wire or magnets or any of that shit, just for the guitar that you're building. Okay. Not every single thing that you spent. Shipping and handling is not included. Used parts or parts in inventory can be used, but you have to assign a new parts value to them. Okay. So just keep it fair. And yeah. So and don't ask me, well, I have the set of some crappy thing that I can't get anymore. Assign some value to it. Okay. I don't care what it is. Assign a value to it. What if I use reclaimed wood? Assign a value to it. I don't care where you get it. Just assign some kind of value to it. All right. I'm not going to go around, and Chris is not going to. Here's what we don't want to do on the day of the contest is wander around with a check sheet and go, you spent $401, so you're disqualified. We're not going to do that. Okay. And frankly, it's kind of a shitty thing to think that we would do that. Discounts from TTG sponsors are 100% acceptable and should be considered a cheat code. For example, if you sign up, Dylan is going to give you a deal for 40% off his pickups. So, for example, if you were going to spend $100 and you get 40% off, that means you're only going to be spending $60. So don't take the $100, use the $60. Okay. In that instance. Okay. All the guitars have to be here to be judged. No exceptions. The guitars are going to be judged by a panel selected by Chris and myself. They are not going to be Chris or myself. Okay. Let's see. There's some FAQs here also on the website. We've already covered finish. We've already covered taxes and shipping. That doesn't count. Do you get to keep your guitar at the end of the contest? Yes. Unless you have decided to enter into the Pro Builder category and meet the requirements, then part of the way that the Pro Builder category is judged is by the auction price. Okay. If you don't have to give the money to charity, you don't have to give, you can keep all the money, you can do whatever you want with the money. The idea is that the winner of the Pro Builder contest will be whoever guitar gets the most money at auction. Okay. I'm confused by something. Can you change the rules to suit me? No. How much money does Texas Toast Guitars make by putting this contest on? We make no money at all. And so try to remember that when you're bugging me at home about like all the stuff that these questions. Okay. So if it's not in the rule book, if it's not on the very, very limited, the more rules there are, the worse it is for you guys. Okay. The harder it's going to be to do. If I don't say you can't, then figure either I missed it or I don't care. Okay. Is there anything else I'm missing, Chris?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's see. I'm going to go back. I'm going to look through these comments and see if there's any question marks that I can see here. And then we're going to just call it done. Can we use strings? Can we use you? Yeah, Ken, you can do that. That's fine. I don't care. If you're $4 over, yeah,
just internet shop.
Just get the cheapest junk you can.
Set of strings for $2. Yeah. You don't have to use those strings, but you can say you use those strings. That's
why.
Cheap.
Yeah, why are you asking me? Like, are you just trying to get me to have an aneurysm? Okay. Here's go. Ken Tipton has lots of questions. You can't do anything nice for people. Someone is always there to make it difficult. Use strings. Okay. I don't care what $400 is in Canadian money. Totally messing with you. Stop doing that. Dan, the main thing is just remember this to have fun. Yeah, Dan, I guess it is kind of one of the reasons to do this is to have fun. It's also to challenge yourself. It's to suck less by competing with people who are better than you. One time Chris at Highline Guitars was asked if he was going to do a guitar building contest. And he said, no, I don't like the idea of competing with other people on building guitars. And I'm like, that's a missed opportunity. I like Chris a lot, but missed opportunity there, because if you don't compete against people who are better than you, don't be surprised when you don't get better. Make yourself better by competing with people who are better than you or doing something that you aren't good at. Train at what you suck at. So as some of you may know, I'm building an acoustic guitar. I haven't built an acoustic guitar in over 30 years. It's probably not going to be the best guitar I've ever made, but that's what I'm doing because I want to get better as a guitar builder. If say John Reuter from Roberto Venn said, I'm going to enter this contest, he's going to blow me away in the acoustic. And you know what he's going to do by blowing me away? Make me better. Okay. All right. So you have something you need to say?
I don't believe in last year's contest anyone placed higher because of the hardware on their guitar.
No.
It's all about fit and finish and playability.
Yeah. Did you guys hear that? So Chris is right. The hardware on the guitar last year made zero difference. Now, all the guitars were played. All the guitars are going to be played. If you keep asking me questions, I'll keep having to make dumb rules, and it's going to make it harder for you. I have a favor to ask. Until you actually enter the contest, don't ask me questions about the contest. Okay. Invite anybody you want. Don't invite anybody you don't want. I don't care. The other thing is this is going to be sometime. The contest is going to be sometime in August. We're thinking probably the middle of August as we get closer to that day. That's still 8 months away. So, yeah. I build guitars, but all my income is from YouTube guitar building videos. Would I have? No. Again, sir or madam, you don't have to be in the pro division. In fact, there's no good what's the prize for the pro builders, Chris? Bragging rights. That's it. So you don't win any money. You don't win anything. So frankly, I don't know why anybody would want to do the pro builder thing. It's a hollow victory. So you don't have to be in the pro division if you don't want to. You don't have to be in the regular division if you don't want to. You don't even have to enter this contest if you don't want to. Okay. So, yeah, I don't care. Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Okay. And I don't care if you make it. Yeah. Enter or don't. I don't care. All right. Okay. So, all right. I think that should answer that should more than answer every question we get. Don't you think, Chris?
Yes.
It should definitely let you know my attitude about questions. How about that? Okay, so this is Matt from Texas Toast Guitars reminding you that if you're so smart, start your own YouTube contest, start your own guitar channel. I don't care. We're going to do this one. It's going to be fun. We hope that you come along for the ride. I would like to thank Dylan from Dylan Pickups, who is sponsoring everyone who actually enters the contest with a 40% off code that they can use. I would like to thank Steve at Maximum Guitar Works, who has yet to tell me what he is going to do for the for contest participants. But if it's anything like last year, it's going to be good. Dan and Calvin at Tonewood Experts have told me that they are putting together wood bundles that should make this very easy for you to do and save you some bucks on wood if you decide to go with Dan and Calvin from Tonewood Experts. One more question here from Dan. Matt, don't answer any more rule questions. You'll have a heart attack. I might. Yeah. And that's okay. I think from now on, the rule questions that I get, people will just get a link to this video. So until then, guys, we will see you Thursday for some kind of Q&A, and we'll go from there. So I actually have to go out and pick up a new UV light assembly from Steve at Maximum Guitar Works. So, guys, we will talk to you soon. Have a great week, everybody. I'm hoping that everyone is having a great new year. I am having a lot of fun, actually. In fact, I kind of like going on this YouTube thing and saying the F word and being a curmudgeon. So anyway, it's something that I like. All right, guys. So have a great rest of your week. We will talk to you Thursday.